have amazing hair, and and sometimes I make black jokes, and people don't know that I'm black. So yeah, it sounds sweet. Now they pew pew. All right, you guys know.
Here at Beans.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here at Beans. My name is Josh. We got Rachel in the studio, and this is the podcast Dying on the Inside. This episode, our guest is Zane Thomas, rapper, comedian, coming out of Portland. I guess that's where you're at now. Is that where you're originally from? Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Iowa.
From Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go from Iowa to Portland?
Yeah. Well, and everybody asks me, they're just like, why did you move from Iowa? And it's because it's Iowa. You know what I mean? Like, are you from anywhere in the Midwest?
Oh,
no. No? Okay. I wasn't sure.
I will say it is one thing that I ask a lot. I'm born and raised in Portland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I lived in Corvallis for a bit, but I've stayed around here, and I always wonder why so many people come from other cities, other states, to Portland. She's from Alabama, and we've had TC was on from New York, and the question is like, why Portland of all the places?
So that's what I meant to say earlier, then I fucked up the punchline, and I was like, how do I backwards engineer this? It was, people ask me why I moved to Portland, it's because it's not Iowa. That was supposed to be the joke, I fucked it up. But yes, why Portland? It's not Iowa. It's because I felt like it was the kind of place where somebody like me would probably feel more at home, you know? As somebody who like kind of does rap and comedy that's like a little bit less, I don't want to say it's, my rap especially is just less conventional. It's not as much the mainstream stuff, and I'm just like, okay, who wants to hear a story? Like, I feel like the people in Portland are, they enjoy folk, they enjoy, storytellers, so... It was a place that spoke to me. And as far as like comedy, I mean, I don't think anywhere likes puns, but I might as well tell them somewhere. I'm already here, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the puns, and I'm jealous of those that can come up with it. Because you come up with a set, you have to come up with more. You do more work than I do. To be able to do the same amount of time.
I said yes, but I did not mean that. You are an incredibly talented comic.
One-liners, puns, all that kind of stuff. I die at those ones and wish that I could do some of those. Because
I hear words and then I backwards engineer it. Like today I heard the word flamboyant. I'm like, that's a weird word for something that means like a girl. Right? Flamboy. Not a good pun, but my mind literally, like, I hear things and it's immediate. It's like, okay, what do I do with this, and how do I make it something that everybody doesn't enjoy?
I love the bicycle one. I found that on TikTok.
Yeah. No. I need to retire that joke. Okay. Hey, pew pew. There he is. I'm warming up. Okay, hey, take a second.
The whole reason I started doing the podcast was as a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
It started during the pandemic where we couldn't go anywhere. And it was just like these people I would run into at mics and just, even though it was a small connection, it was like, I really missed that.
Yeah.
And needed to find a way. And, sometimes I'm a little socially awkward. And so it's nice to have home turf.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like it's a lot easier to communicate if you feel safe. Like if you're in an environment where you're like, all right, I feel comfortable, these are my friends, then the person that you are the person you are in that moment as opposed to the person you are when you're nervous, or you're like, who are these people, or is everybody cool, what was that, that's you. Yeah, I think it's a cool thing you set up. Because I set up the smoke break for a similar reason, because it's literally those conversations that you have with everybody when you're sitting outside, and you're just like, you can either sit outside and not talk to the other person like a fucking weirdo, or you can just be like, hey, what are you excited for,
As service industry people, we connected with the title of the smoke break.
Yeah.
When you get to go be real.
everyone's stressed.
Right?
Letting shit out.
No, that's where everybody like convenes and is like, all right, so that's some crazy shit there, right? Like we all experienced that. That was lunch. All right, we still have dinner. Cool.
The double question: how long have you been rapping? How long have you been doing comedy?
Cool. So rapping, I've been doing for 15 years, probably 16. So I started when I was 14 because my first song was called Big 1-4.
I love that.
It was very bad. I will not do it, or I'll only do it here. One or the other. Remind me at the end. Just be like, yo, how much of Big 1-4 do you remember? So I've been rapping for like 16 years, and then I started dabbling. I didn't start taking it serious until the last probably 2-3, and then comedy I've probably done for. The first first show I guess I ever did was 10 years ago. And when I say show, it's because I did 45 minutes, and I know you're just like, what the fuck? My first time I did 45 minutes because I had no concept of like of what a fucking of like how much time you even do, right? Like I was living in a small town, and I went to jail. I went to jail for possession of meth. And they're like, hey, you can either go to jail for 30 days or be on probation for a year. I was like, fucking put me in jail. Let's get this done and over with. And I'm like on my way out, and I asked the bar before I went to jail. I was like, hey, is it cool if I do comedy? And they're like, yeah. Like after I get out. So I got out on New Year's. I got out on New Year's. So like basically like the month before, I'm just like writing in jail, like really tiny too. Like really tiny because you have to pay for the paper. So I was like writing super tiny on this fucking paper. And I was like practicing it. And I thought it was like 15 minutes because I'm like doing this shit into a fucking tube of toothpaste. Everyone's looking at me. I look like fucking insane. And I like practice this thing, think it's super short, and I go up there and I did it. And it was like, it ended up being 45 minutes. It's fucking crazy. I've never done that much time since. I couldn't. Somebody asked me if I could do 15 or 20, and I was like, but maybe like 15. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I guess that's it's you have, I guess you're capable of more when you don't know, when you're not doubting yourself, when you're not like, oh, I've never done this. Like if you're like, I've never done this before, you're like, oh yeah, I'll just go for it,
Yeah.
100%. I look back, did a couple of shows, headlining, didn't know I was headlining, thought I was featuring, and I was like, show up, okay, cool, you're doing a half hour.
Yeah.
And the first one, this was the first half hour after the pandemic. Very nervous.
Oh, man.
Oh, hey, by the way, we sold enough tickets, we're doing a second show. Oh, okay, we're doing this twice. Here we go. Okay. So I think I did 26, 27 the first time. The second time, it was a smaller crowd. The boss was off doing something else. So I did like 23, got out of there. But then a week later, I did another show, another half hour, and way easier than after that, though, because I had already, so then it was one of those where I got a light, and I was like, oh,
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
But it is that bit of like,
you feel like you're stretching at first, where you're like, how do I get this? And then you're just like, oh, wait, I'm done already?
Right.
Yeah. I had a show that's kind of similar to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Going into it, I had, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this because of my knowledge of going to open mics and bowing out after 4 minutes.
Exactly. No, absolutely. No, that's a really good example. I had a show, probably, I think it was yesterday, and it was like they asked me to do music and comedy, and there was nobody there, so I was like, I'm doing music. Like music to an empty room is a lot less depressing than comedy to an empty room. And so I started doing my songs, and fucking the song cuts out, so I like just finished it a cappella. And fucking, I was like, so anyways, the thing about fucking bicycles. And I just switched into it. I was like, can we figure out the music? And they figured it out. And anyways, like I was going through, and like there was a couple times where stuff stopped, and I just kind of tried to interchange between comedy and music. And but I looked up and I was like, okay, I still have like 2 songs, I still have like a bunch of jokes, and fucking they're just like, all right, like you're done in 4 minutes, and I was just like, all right, like that's it's cool to be able to have it and not need it, I guess.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. What do you think's harder for you, going up on stage and doing stand-up or going up on stage and rapping?
So I think rapping has always been harder because I put my fucking heart into rap. You know, like somebody doesn't laugh at my pun, good. All right, you know, like you should. They're terrible jokes. You know, and no matter like how much time I put into a joke, like it'll bum me out. Like if somebody doesn't like a joke, if somebody doesn't like a fucking song. Like the amount of time I had to put in to make that song, I had to think of the song, I had to write the song, I had to hate the song and rewrite the song, Then I had to record the song, then I had to make the beat, or you know what I mean? Like just all the steps for like to take it to somebody and then be like, like that's a lot of work. So that one definitely, and it's just like, and I definitely put my heart into it more. Like I talk about, yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, well, it's like I talk about like addiction in my life and a lot of my experiences and stuff like that in my comedy, but like I go into more depth, I would say, in my music. So it's like it feels like if you don't connect with my music, it's like I take it personal. And I know I shouldn't, It's like you might not like rap, That doesn't mean it's a bad song, but it just means that like I can't judge myself off of what your barometer for good is, because we've had two different experiences. I don't know, So, yes, I love music, I love comedy, and, they both hurt when somebody doesn't like, yeah. Some days there's, I've done both, and I was just like, man, I should have done neither. That was a bad, one bombs, it's fine.
It was knowing you first as a comedian, and then learning that, you were a rapper, and then we listened to your album. I was happy it wasn't like comedy rap.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Like I like Little Dicky, but also
it's because he's a dope rapper. He pulls it off. He can be goofy because he's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to be in the mood for him. He's
very
true.
true.
I can put him on at any time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So putting the album on, it was nice to be like, oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. This is depressing, and I can only listen to it every once in a while. It's a different kind.
It's one of those where there were certain things that, I don't know, you either connect with in different ways, or you can kind of feel, you can tell it's you. Very much. And as somebody, being somebody who has had mental health stuff, and it's,
sure.
Everybody goes through it. Certain things connected more than others, or different people. You connect on different things. And then there was one thing that Rachel was wondering about, like where you were from, because there's a line about the tornado.
Yep. So Iowa. Yep.
That's
I dealt with those too.
Full circle. Did I do it? Was that a pun?
They're awful.
Oh my god.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad. I love both mediums, but when people enjoy my music, it really means a lot, And it means a lot when people enjoy my comedy too. But it's like I don't know, like I put a lot more of myself out there, so it's like I put a lot of time into it too. Where it's like I'm making the beats and stuff too, so it's
That's
like
incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, no, there's a lot of like work that goes into it. So that's why it took like 10 years. I'm like, that's a long ass fucking time.
Yeah.
But it's like there are songs that I have made, but they didn't fucking get on that one. You know what I mean? Like for a reason.
Yep.
So.
Well, all the work that goes into just recording anything. That's one of the things we've learned through all of this. Is
dude, for
there's
real.
always something else either you can get or that you need. And there's all these little things you can do, but it all takes time and it all takes effort. And if you're only doing it because you love it and you have to do it, not because you kind of enjoy doing it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like this. It's always cool seeing like what people put their time into. Like this thing. This is something that you've put time into. This is something that I can tell that you care about, and that when you know what I mean, you have questions. Holy shit! Like that's. Some people are just like, I don't know. I guess we just kick it. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I love just kicking it, but I mean, like you can. That's what it means. Like you can tell that you care about this.
Appreciate it. Yep.
So, yeah. But yeah, recording it's a process. Yeah, no matter what it is, the editing, having somebody, and thank you so much for running the sound over there. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to interrupt right there real quick. As Zane compliments the audio, I know you're listening to it wondering, is it really that great? I know we're trying a new system here. We're learning as we're going, and I clicked a button on one thing and didn't click the button on the other, and so the headphones got one audio. Somehow I recorded two. It is what it is. We're learning as we go. So just so you know, the headphones were only hearing one audio, the proper audio. The way this audio sounds is the way that we thought the other one was going, but we tweaked it a bit. It's fine. You can still understand everything. It's a great episode. Keep listening.
I like it.
Yeah. It's such a huge help. It takes half the word off the table right off the bat.
I appreciate it.
And that way she has to wear the headphones the whole time. I can't quite listen to myself the whole time. There's a part where eventually I have to, but
I don't mind headphones except that they smash my hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I have to. It's a whole thing.
The whole thing.
It's a whole thing. I just want to listen to music. You know what I mean?
Luckily, age took that option away from me.
Man, my dad's super bald, and I was like, this actually. I mean, I look good if I was bald, but like, it's kind of. I don't know.
Does he seem a little bit mad?
He does. I was actually talking with somebody about this. I was like, the weirdest part about meeting my dad is that nobody really prepared me for was like seeing parts of myself in him that like were there even though we had never spent a day together. You know, it was just fucking weird because like I've been seeing this dude, and he's just like he's walking around, and all of a sudden he got like really quiet, got really angry, wouldn't tell anybody what's wrong, and I'm just like, oh my god, just tell people what's wrong, just communicate. And I realize I'm yelling at myself, I start spiraling. It's fucking nuts. It was
as much as we all fight it and we all hate it, we end up becoming our parents. There's little things here. There's always something.
I just realized that I became my mom, like literally just now. That is the weirdest thing. Like, I grew up with my mom, and she was super preachy about mental health, and I was like, I will never. Jesus. You heard it here, folks. No, I love my mom. No, it's awesome. No, it's I just hadn't realized it until. I'm sorry.
No, hey, that's what we're here.
We're here to work through this. We're here to work through this. Sweet. I usually work through this stuff on my own podcast, so I feel bad. Like, I can get all existential on there.
You are super open with your mental health.
Yeah.
And the question that I always wonder is that a for you thing, or is that a kind of you think it will help the other people sort of thing?
The things that have been most helpful to me, and this is through comedy, and this is through public speaking, I guess, of any sort, comedy music, is those people who make you feel not alone. Like that joke that makes you where you're just like, holy crap, I've done that, or I thought that, or I fucking did, you know what I mean? Or that song where you're just like, holy shit, they put it into the perfect words. Like, I felt like this for forever, and nobody's been able to just put it so, you know what I mean? The music, I want to do that in any capacity that I can. So, in all honesty, there were days where I just felt so fucking alone that it was like I was just at my wit's end, right? And those people who I was able to go to as far as musicians, or just those speeches that those corny like, yo, fucking get up at like 6 a.m. you crazy fucker, and you're just like, there's no way, like there's no fucking way. I did it today. It sucked. I don't feel more energized. I don't know what they're talking about. But, it's like, just if it's one of those on the right day, it's like that shit saved my life, and it's I found that when I started, I thought the thing that made me tough was like not talking about my mental health, and I think I realized the thing that made me more so that was talking about it,
It's yeah. And that's absolutely, I think that's a generational thing and an age thing as it goes along. Because that was, for me, when I was in high school, I had a lot of stuff that I went through, and you go to the doctor, you get, my mom's side of it was my mom was becoming a psychologist and learning about all these things. But it was early 2000s, so look at the things we knew and what we had at works. I remember my dad was kind of being is this something we need to do? Because wasn't the manly thing. Through time, he's changed, adjusted through that, and kind of figured out, like, oh, no, there's way more to this.
Yeah, no. That's good on him, to have that growth.
But there is that kind of, I don't know what it's called, but that little look of people who go to therapy or, you go crazy, huh? And it's like, no, you take your car to a mechanic, don't you?
Yeah, no, for real, though.
Why can you not take your brain there and just get a little work done, get a checkup, that's all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's something I think it's interesting that your mom's a psychologist because my mom was super into mental health and was she became a peer, and was doing that, and so she was finding out all this information. She was diagnosing me and being like, oh, I think you're this, I think you're this, I think you're this, which is why when I was younger I was like, I don't think I'm any of this. I think it's all bullshit. I don't want to fucking hear anxiety or fucking depression. I don't want to hear any of it ever again. And so for a really long time, it kind of stopped me from getting properly diagnosed. And I've been diagnosed as ADHD, if you can't tell by my leg bouncing.
I don't know if you've noticed how many times I've done this with you, Mike. So yeah. Get it, don't worry.
But yeah, it's people got everyone just has fidget spinners. So I've been doing. Fidget spinning, but no, it was just a lot of her I guess overdiagnosing. So I just didn't believe I had any of it until I got older, and I was finally just okay, I do feel sad for no reason because I've gotten everything that I've ever wanted, and I am miserable. And that was when I realized that how real depression was. Because before it was oh, life's shitty. Of course I'm sad. Why the fuck wouldn't I be sad? This sucks. But it was once I had gotten to a place where it was I'd had, I'd been everything I'd wanted to be, done everything I'd wanted to do, and I was still depressed. I was what the fuck is going on? I have to address this. And it was me talking about, because everyone was looking at me and just being oh my God, you're doing great, everything's awesome. And I'm just I want to fucking kill myself. I'm going crazy over here. And it was having that I don't know, I guess it was just, it was having all of that and being still sad that made me realize that unless I actually worked on myself, unless I actually loved myself, that it doesn't matter what you get, because you either think that you don't deserve it or you're upset that it's not making you happy.
I remember I was in PE. We were playing soccer indoors. I was the goalie. I don't know what happened, but somehow my arms got tangled up in the soccer net. And then all of a sudden, I kind of just remember that all of a sudden they're coming at me, and I can't get my arms out of the net. And the teacher yelled, "Larsen, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm stuck." And the other kids got a great opportunity to kick the ball at me because I'm stuck in this net. But I didn't know what happened in between. I still don't know. I remember being there, and I remember feeling the net, and then I just remember being stuck.
Yeah.
And
am I allowed to laugh at this?
Oh, no, absolutely. I'm please do.
So I'm trying to wrap my... was it an ADHD thing where you just you put your arm through one hole, and you're this is kind of fun, and then you just put your arm through all the holes, and then all of a sudden both your arms are in there.
I worked them both up, tried the next one, did the other one, and now I'm stuck there.
And now the ball is coming this way.
Yep. And I got out of that class and I flushed on my medication, and I was done. At that point, I walked away from it. And was it the right choice? No. Maybe not. Who knows? You figure things out as you go.
Yeah.
But there was that kind of sexual thing of you hear a lot about things that eventually you kind of go, okay, this isn't real. Then you get older and you start experiencing things, and you hear other people talk about things, and you start going, oh my God, I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can talk about it because that was my big thing. I held in a lot because I didn't know there were other people out there going through things.
Yeah.
I just thought I'm the only one who has to be going through this. And then I got divorced and I went to a therapist, and one of the things was there's a group. We should do a group. There's a whole bunch of And you're like, what do you mean? There's like, a whole bunch of us. Like, it's a little depressing, but also like, oh, there's other people doing this too. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what made stand-up for me a little bit easier was now just kind of letting go and just being knowing that I'm not the only dum-dum who's experienced whatever stupid thing I'm going to say on stage.
Sure. No, that's actually a really cool perspective.
But it's important. I think it is. I think it's one of those two. Like I like to ask of like, is it for you? Is it for the audience? Because it started out for me.
Oh yeah. I think selfishly, I was just kind of like, I'm hurting and I don't know how to communicate that.
Yep. And this is the way that works. Cool. Yep. And then I remember, standing on stage and having somebody come up and say, "Hey, that was really funny. I also have." This going on.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that's cool. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, I should be doing this. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'd had a show one night where I think I'd done comedy first, and I felt like I bombed it, and then I done music after, and I felt like I killed it. And somebody came up to me afterwards and was just like, "Hey, I really liked your music, but I really liked your comedy." And I was just like, "Well, thank you." And they're just like, "Yeah, my the first person said that they were, I believe it was like schizoaffective." Then the second person was like a grandmother who's just like, "Hey, my son's struggling with this. I think that he would really appreciate the stuff that you're saying." And I was just, I get what you mean. Where it's moments like that where it's like, yeah, this is something that doesn't get talked about, and like if I don't talk about it, yeah, somebody else is going to talk about it, but not like me, And that was something I learned with like mental illness and stuff like that, or not. Mental wellness, like talk about mental health, was that I had rejected the information because of who was delivering it to me, and not just who they were, but how they were delivering it to me,
Yep.
And you can fucking hear the same thing from 5 fucking people, and that 6th person says it just right, and you're just like, oh, holy shit, why has nobody fucking told me?
One other question that goes into that, because you asked, is it okay if you laugh? Do you feel because of what you've gone through with your mental health, are you more accepting of darker humor, or does it kind of hit you, more accepting?
Oh, yeah. I actually, I guess 2 years ago, I went to the psychiatric ward for self-harm. But luckily, I cut back.
Jesus Christ.
I started to get ready to dive into it.
I was like, oh.
Oh, that's beautiful. I think that's important to be able to be okay with the dark stuff. I always find that the people that look at me and say like, "Hey, that's not okay," or maybe people who haven't been through something.
Yeah,
and I think that the people who are dying laughing, I know later I'm going to chit chat with that person.
Absolutely,
they've been through something too.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I'm big on getting people's influences, their top kind of 3, top 5 sort of thing.
Sure.
You do rap and comedy. I'm looking for like the top 3 influencers for your rap and the top 3 for your comedy. If they intermingle, fantastic.
Yeah. Lil Dicky, no, I'm kidding. Adam Posse jokingly calls me Black Lamar. And I think it's because my music is very Macklemore-like, and he's somebody who, like, his first CD, there's fucking songs that like I still listen to that like fucking I was having a really rough day. I was like crying in the car. And like that, I was hanging out with my homie. She's like, why are you listening to this sad ass music? And I want to get help sometimes. And it was just one of those songs where it was just like, he was like listening to it. He's like, holy shit, this feels like it was written for your life. And I'm like, fucking no, man. So Macklemore would probably be one of those people. Atmosphere is the person who I guess started me off on. Started me off on independent, conscious hip hop. Like hip hop about stuff that not everyone was talking about. And he was mixed race too, so it definitely made me feel, once again, not like such a fucking weirdo. I guess that's what we're all trying to. We're just like, please make me feel not so fucking crazy. What do you think? And then who else? Named only white people. Jay-Z? No. I got asked this in an interview. And I was like, I named a bunch of rappers, and I told my friend who I named. He was like, these are all white people. And now it's all I can think about. So we're gonna go to comedy. Mitch Hedberg. Stephen Wright. That's just two. We're doing top two for both. Yeah, that works. I named four. It's more than the top three.
You bring up Macklemore. It crushed me with his reputation. Like, when people started making fun of him and being like, no, he's whack. I was one of those being like, hold on. Dude, just hide the CD and put it in a different case.
Dude, well, I heard one of his like newer albums. Macklemore, if you ever seen this, I apologize. But one of his newer albums, I didn't vibe as much with, And it was like, there was a lot of stuff on that. With the Thrift Shop album, I do music, but I'm not good at it. But that album, like, there was a lot of cool tracks that were on it. But, it was, people grow, and it's like, once you start growing, it's you start living an experience that, like, is dissimilar to the people who are a fan of you, Like, I think one of his songs was just like, yo, I said fuck you to the Grammys, and I'm like, never done it, Mac. Never done it. Haven't been there. Can't relate. You talking about being sad and doing pills again, please?
Once you make it, or you get those ones, that's why you see the one-hit wonders compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah.
And I'll say, I think one of the things that hurt Macklemore has to be just the fact that, like, Thrift Shop was what it was, because then some of the other songs on the album got overlooked. That maybe were better songs, but they weren't the radio song. They weren't the, you can't, you can't.
That horn start.
But I thought there were better songs on the album that didn't get the play.
Absolutely. No, I love that album. I thought like Same Love was dope. That was a fucking dope ass song because he was like attacking how homophobic hip hop is. Like that was something that, like, as somebody who had like a lesbian mom, I always found fucking cringy. Where it's just like, I don't know, like, there was a point in my life where I was just like, oh, that's gay, because I was fucking, I grew in the 90s, I was a fucking shithead, But once I understood how hurtful that was, like, I stopped doing that, and so it was just understanding, like, how fucking toxic that shit is, and, just, I guess, like, the insecurities that you almost get from other people being like, so you have to fit into this box that I put you in, or otherwise, it hurts my brain. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, well, I will shrink into myself, and let's see if we can fit in this box.
I tell you everything's so cool when I tell when you go. You brought me up to be honest and never break a promise.
Hey, give us your plugs.
Yes, absolutely. So, I have a EP that just came out about 2 months ago. It's called Chance to Start Again. It is a 5-song EP, and it chronicles basically the last 10 years of my life. A lot of, talk about growth, loss, addiction, redemption, just the whole story. There's some political stuff in there. There's a song in there about the George Floyd protests. One of my favorite songs on the EP. But yeah, I got that. And then if you want to follow me on the socials, it's Zane Thomas on Instagram, and then your old pal Zane on everything else, and that's OL, not OLD. Perfect.
Start again. It's always starts before the dawn and hardest before you level up. I gotta ask what it's like to raise it.
We love to hit news topics.
Yes.
Now we'd like to do the lighter side of news because politics are brutal.
It's not hard to find sad stuff in the news.
Right? It is. It's rough.
That's somebody else's job to make money, not mine today.
So instead, we go with other things like this U.S. couple that was arrested for alleged fraud after $3.6 billion in stolen Bitcoin seized in a record haul.
Oh, crap.
So the FBI found this couple. There were, like, in 2016, there was a big hack job that nabbed a bunch of Bitcoins. They got over 100,000 of these Bitcoins. This couple, Ilya Lichtenstein, something like that, and Heather Morgan.
Okay.
So that's just fraud. That's one thing.
Right.
But this couple also learned the biggest thing of whatever you put on the internet stays on the internet forever. Because now Heather Morgan is being talked about as the world's worst rapper.
Whoa, that's how she made her comeback? That's how she, like, resurfaced? She's like, this is what I did with all that Bitcoin. Whoa.
Yeah, so she, made a couple of videos, and I don't know if she put out an actual album.
Are they good videos?
No, I also have that pulled up here. Let's grab some.
She's got the money to make this dope. That's impressive.
That is the one thing you can definitely tell is, like, she has, like, daddy's kind of money, sort of thing.
Sounds like a self-made woman to me.
I guess
steal all that Bitcoin.
I still don't get Bitcoin. I don't know how you spend it.
It's that's what you get paid for comedy, right? Right? Okay.
Go to like a minute 11. That's when the chorus comes back.
11 is my lucky number. What is this? Is insanity.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Whoa!
I didn't watch it. I wanted to gift myself.
Yeah, no, that's something I can look forward to later. You know, like I'm not even sad I don't get to finish it now because that means I have a present for myself later.
There you go,
I'm
exactly.
so happy with what I paused it on.
That's somebody who, she's a Bitcoin stealer, so I'm not, I'm not worried about her. But also, I believe that she doesn't have friends, or at least true
this
friends.
is how she's going
Not
to make
nice
them.
ones. Not good
A
friends.
true friend would have said, "Don't put that."
Yeah. No, my
Put it on the
friends,
internet.
I have real friends, and they stopped me from releasing some whack music. I feel like,
I think everybody needs real friends who can say, "Hey, no."
Yeah, that's no good.
But don't, not the world. You don't know. You don't know if you're ever going to get caught stealing Bitcoin, and now everyone's going to start making fun. Now she gets to go to prison as this crazy lady who stole Bitcoin. Half the other inmates have no idea what Bitcoin are.
What do you think is like more, more upsetting? Like stealing the Bitcoin or this rap video?
This video.
Like, what do you think is more of a crime? You know, that she's...
I think in prison she'd get more shit for the terrible music.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And they don't even really have access to computers, but they'd be like, no, I've seen it. It's, this is...
I've been on Prison Talk.
Yeah.
They have access.
This next one we brought up because in one of our past episodes we had talked about the Portland Pickles and their mascot.
Okay.
Their mascot had a while back a Twitter photo dilemma where they were given a thumbs up with their green thumb, and it was cropped in a way to where it didn't look like a green thumb. Pretty funny. It's one of those that got them in the media, especially for minor league baseball. Good for you. That's pretty good. It just backfires when you're in the media later because now the mascot stolen, the Portland Pickles find themselves in a dilemma.
Nice. All right. You have my attention.
So Delta lost the luggage, and one of the luggages was a big black carry-on suitcase with the pickle costume in it. Delta delivered it late, delivered it to the doorstep. Nobody was there, and a Ring camera caught a guy going ahead and taking that little porch pirate. So now,
nice. Not the word I thought you were saying. Porch. Okay, keep going.
So now they're offering up a reward. I double checked this. The original story from like earlier in the week. They still haven't found the costume.
What?
And all I wonder is that guy who took it. he's stealing, so it's not right. But I just do feel for him when he thinks he got a pretty good haul because he sees this giant bag.
Right.
Tells you get somebody's luggage, so you get good pants, you get
There's probably like a laptop in there.
Oh, absolutely, a watch maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna get some stuff. Toothpaste. You unzip it to see a pickle.
A giant pickle.
And then like the next day, you're all over the news being like, "Oh God."
Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, if this is why I go down. that guy's gonna go out in a shootout because he's like, you're not taking me alive, all right? I said if you ever found me.
That was worse. Going in as the worst rapper ever, or going in as the guy who stole the pickle costume.
And you can't even show up to like a party, like a Halloween party with it, because what is?
Isn't that the one that the baseball team's looking for?
It's cosplay, We was at Comic-Con.
Yeah. And they're offering a reward too, and I don't trust any of my friends enough to wear something where they're offering a reward for the turn up. I wish I did, but
yeah. No, that's a terrifying pickle. I didn't even know what he looked like, and then I was like,
yeah.
Can you imagine opening, like, not just finding a pickle, but that pickle? Like, it could have been a Pickle Rick costume. You could fucking awesome. Like, the people who steal luggage off of front porches is definitely like, Pickle Rick, Same person.
Next one we have is there's I can't remember, it's somewhere in the UK, but a zoo hires Marvin Gaye impersonator to get monkeys in the mood. So there's the British Zoo, and they hired this guy who's a great Marvin Gaye impersonator to come sing some songs for the monkeys to get them in the mood, ready to stimulate the population. It is like an endangered species type monkey.
So this is when you bring in the Marvin Gaye impersonator. Not Marvin Gaye, obviously, but it's the impersonators. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs does he have? Does he have enough songs? Like I thought he had Sexual Healing.
Right, yeah. That's what they
Get it on.
Yeah, those are the only two that they mentioned. I got to assume, but then it does wonder. I don't know how long.
How long was this dude's set?
Right, and how long does Monkey Love take? How long does he need to be out there?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He could be in and out in 2 songs.
Yeah, you might not want to be like doing like a full, like you told me 30 minutes.
It would they could get real uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Monkeys, that's a wild animal. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah. No, I think brevity is the spice of life.
What makes me uncomfortable about this? They said it was a creative way to encourage our females to show a little affection to males that not have been so lucky in love.
Wow.
So basically, they're trying to get these monkeys to have sex with the fuckboys of the tribe. That's
that
not
sounds
fair.
like fuckboy. Yeah.
They're like, we don't like them.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh man, what about us? Can I get like a Marvin Gaye impersonator? Jesus.
Even in the monkey world, though, it's still the woman's fault.
Yeah, no, I thought that's what you were doing. Yeah, you're gonna be like, they're like, hey, so can you? I know they suck, but like.
Well, I just thought we all knew it was obvious. It's always our fault.
Yeah, no, that's fucking. Yep. Good. Who did this article? Is it Fox News?
I don't know for sure.
Bad news.
Can't prove it's not.
There's a part of me, if I heard that the Portland Zoo had hired Marvin Gaye and they put him on salary or whatever, an impersonator, I would be very frustrated that my ticket was still $35 because that means they have excess money to hire a man to come sing these songs. Just putting somebody's iPhone on max volume, putting it up,
I got a question. Who would you hire to get these monkeys in the mood?
Jonathan Davis. Lead singer of Korn.
I was gonna say mystical.
Mystical? Nice. DJ Khaled, except only clips of him saying DJ Khaled.
Yes, I wonder how Kanye's Poop Diddy Poop would do. That gives him some good rhythm.
Man.
Yeah, you never know.
Poop-de-poop.
That might help his reputation, too.
Can you imagine being the monkey that got made to that song? What happens to that kid?
You don't learn it, you get transferred to a zoo where you met somebody who came from Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
No way.
That'd be the first story that kid told you. You'd be like, you won't believe this.
Oh, my stupid public zoo that I went to. You're the first person we've had on who actually has like a TikTok with videos posted on it, which was nice. Well, everybody else we've had like has one and just doesn't post anything on it.
They have like several videos. I'm all out of my two.
I hate. There's always people on there. Like, this is one guy I follow, Tim, who is. He's trying his best, and he always talks about how, like, if you want to be a good influencer, remember to post 5 times a day. I'm like, Jesus Christ, 5 times a day?
I heard that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I can't even think of.
I struggle with 5 times a week. I don't.
Yeah,
don't need
for
to,
real though.
But I do love watching the TikToks because people are ridiculous.
Are these Tim's? Because he's like, you gotta go 5 times a day, and this is the quality you'll get.
I've put Tim on before, but not this time.
All right.
When you first get to prison, if you're like me, you're not from the hood, you're not going to go in there and already know a bunch of people from before prison. And so you're going to get a nickname, probably within the first 1 to 2 days. I leave my cell and I'm walking to the main bathroom. I had just woken up and got out of bed, so I kind of had messy hair. I heard somebody yell from across the rock, "Hey, yo, Cowlick." I didn't know who he was talking to. Looked like he was looking at me, but couldn't be me. My name's not Cowlick, so I keep walking. Next thing you know, another inmate taps me on the shoulder. "Hey, yo, Cowlick, Big D wants you." Big D? Oh, no. Oh, no. I am here for 10 years. I refuse to spend all 10 of them being called Cowlick. That's not going to happen. I knew I had to act quick. A nickname, it picks up and it picks up fast. You got to kill it before it even gets started. I mean, damn, at least let me be something cool. Tom Shanks, Shank Hill, Shanky Doodle, even. So I walk over there to Big D, and before he even gets started with what he wanted to talk to me about, I go ahead and let him know. "Hey, man, by the way, my name, it's not Cowlick. You can just call me Dub. Dub, short for W. It's the first letter of my last name." Fortunately, as Big D was, he was pretty respectful and cool about it. He said, "Okay, my bad." Called me Dub. So did everyone else. Or so I thought. It's about 8.5 years later, during the last year of my sentence. Someone, while we were on lockdown, needed to get me a message. They wrote a note, and they gave it to the worker who does the mopping and sweeping, even when we're locked down, and they brought it to my cell. I pick it up. I looked at the name that was written on the front, but it wasn't for me. Because this didn't say Dub, it said Doug. D-O-U-G, Doug. I'm not Doug, so I beat on the door. "Hey, man, hey, come back. Look here. Hey, I think you gave this to the wrong guy, man. This is for Doug." And he looks at me like I'm crazy, and he goes, "Yeah, you're Doug." My entire world was turned upside down. I didn't even know who I was anymore. The next day, we got let out of our cells, and I ran to at least 10, 11 people and asked them, "Hey, what's my name? Spell my name." Doug. Everyone, Doug. D-O-U-G, Doug. Doug. This whole time, my legacy that I left behind in prison will forever be known as Doug. Just Doug.
I'm sorry it was so long, but
No.
I really enjoyed that.
As somebody who's constantly called Shane, I totally understand.
Oh, man.
We got another one.
Go.
Fuck. That's why you don't film and drive. It's unsafe.
Yeah, for real.
fast. Oh, he's switched. Oh my god.
I've known that before.
That's what you get for playing golf. Both of you.
It ruins the whole rest of the time.
Oh, I can't imagine making a recovery from that one.
So I came over to my sister's to get my hair done, and my niece asked me to watch her babies and said, keep a good eye on chocolate cake. Guys, this is chocolate cake. I have no idea what it is, but it can watch me.
Fucking terrifying.
Oh, just one of the things we wouldn't get to see if we didn't have TikTok, right? Oh, this is a great Florida man one.
Oh.
This is exciting. There's a guy trying to drown himself right there, and the gator is heading right towards him. Cops are coming, EMS is coming, but it's the most excitement our neighborhood's seen in a while.
Jesus Christ.
How many people are out there?
Yeah, for real. Well, it's like, did she say he was trying to drown himself?
Yeah.
And then an alligator?
Yep. Only in Florida.
It sounds like everything worked out, you know?
This last one is actually, we've been...
Was she playing basketball?
Sort of. I have a ring camera, and I've always dreamed of getting great footage off the ring camera. And one time, just the other day, I got blessed. We were roller skating around. They were roller skating. I was shooting some hoops. And
Okay. I can't do one of those. So at the same time. Oh my god.
I've watched it so many times because my will shoots off.
So good. It's like a cartoon. It's like the wet floor slide. It looks like a wet floor slide.
Did you hear the drama in her voice though? She was like, "Get it!" Because we were on a team against him. And so
roller skates for the record.
her family was like, well, Joshua didn't react to you falling. Oh, yeah, you just can't see me laughing. I'm reacting. I am reacting. She's laughing on the ground.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real. That's super funny.
I was so blessed, so I got to put that on TikTok with the Smash Mouth.
Hey!
I just can't wait to Smash Mouth on the
Nice.
Finally, it happened.
Yeah. Is that your first TikTok?
No, it's just my first ring camera.
Okay.
I do little just the clips from like podcast stuff, and I put those on TikTok. Just kind of, hey, that's where you can find me, or stand-up clips if I make one of those every once in a while. I'm not good at pulling my phone out. Like,
no, I'm worse.
I do that. I should say something.
Oh, dude, yeah, I fucking hate it.
I think about it afterwards. Like, I could have. I should have done it then.
Yeah.
But weird. That's something people would have saw me doing that.
People have seen you do stand-up.
Well, I know, but it's so much.
What? It's vulnerable. Yeah, that's true. That's true. My mom only knows I do one of those. I'll let you decide which one. Thank you guys so much for having me. Josh, Rachel, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming on, too, man. Thank you so much.
I had a blast.
Thank you so much.
And this has been Dying on the Inside. We'll catch you guys next time here at Beans. See ya.